your
Go.
audience.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we're live now. I guess I'll just put this one for now until we see if they're joining us or not. I definitely don't want the one where like zoomed in on our faces because that's just weird.
Right.
It's like you don't need to see my nose hairs, guys. Like this is weird. All right, and we'll give it a little bit to see if people will join here. See, it says that I have Stream Elements too, but I don't know. I don't remember which one I have. So who knows? It was a long time ago when I set that stuff up.
Right.
So
I think I'm live now too. Which is
sweet.
cool.
Yeah, it popped up over here. Yeah, you guys chose for us to do like a really chill, laid back live this time, so that's what we're doing. And we're gonna wait a little bit to get viewership. So before we get into anything. Rez and Lex have some crazy stuff going on in their personal life right now, so I'm not sure if they will join us or not, but if they do, they can absolutely do so, and the show will go on. Next week, we will do another 70s paranormal horror. I think that seems to go really well with everybody.
Sounds like a fun plan.
Yes. Okay, let me see. I'm going to just make sure that my live stuff is going.
There we go. Post it. Send it. Okay, now where do my chats go? There we go.
Oh, what? My chats are all over here to the side. So, yes, hi Tom and the gang. What is
Hello.
up? I even made you guys a banner while I was waiting, see? Yes, you guys are our biggest supporters, being weird. Oh, I know you guys have more stories for us today, so.
Can't wait to hear them stories.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, Rez and Lex have a lot of crazy stuff going on, so they might be able to join us this week. But if they don't, it's just going to be us being awkward and weird, like we always are. Thanks again for everybody that recommended Bandmade to me. That was awesome because I love bass-heavy music. And I struggle to find that a lot lately. Either that or I'm just out of touch because all I do is talk to my donkey. So...
I talk to donkeys. I've never talked to a donkey, though.
They answer back. They sure do. Nice. Tom and the gang said it's weird not seeing a movie, but they like it.
It is a little different. It is
it's
a little
weird.
different.
Yeah, definitely got to get used to it. But I'm kind of glad we're not showing a movie tonight because now I can stream on YouTube tonight because we're not. And we can hang out with people. And we have a lot of new people over on the channel, and you guys actually get to see my awkwardness for the first time. And I just noticed, like, I'm literally always wearing this jacket whenever I'm doing anything.
I've got about 10 of these shirts.
I have more clothes, guys. I'm just cold, and why mess with something that keeps you warm? True. Everybody's just like, do you just have one outfit? No, I'm not a cartoon character. I do. Warm. It's warm. I've got a lot. I got a Beavis and Butthead shirt that I just got to. Chris bought us a lot of Never Have I Ever cards. I know Rez said that she wanted to do that the most, so we got that. And you guys can play along too if you want to, but alright. Tom and the gang is asking, what is the worst band that somebody has ever introduced you to? Oh shit.
Baby Metal.
Baby Metal without hesitation, actually. I discussed that in my Bandmade video. I don't like the higher pitched anime sound vocal stylings that they do. They're talented musicians, but I can't. That's why I was relieved when Bandmade was the complete opposite of that.
Right. I don't know, actually. No one's really introduced me to anything that I haven't really liked.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to 70s, 80s, 90s metal bands because my mom.
Yeah.
And then country. I don't like country, but rap and then on up. So it's, I don't know. I guess country. If someone gave me country music, I was like, nah, I don't want to listen to that.
The only country that I can really handle is if Chris is playing like the old timey country. I get because it's actually telling a story, so I could kind of deal with it. But this new stuff where it's just like my dog left me for my tractor or something, like I don't really care. Like, okay.
Well, the biggest thing was country, though. I mean, it technically is an emo. It's an emo phase for the country folk.
True. See, with me though, I like stuff that's more empowering. Maybe because like I grew up going through a lot of rough stuff, so I never really resonated much with the whole like emo songs or emo movement really much. Sorry guys if you hear the dogs. One of the older dogs is going a little senile and she's barking at shadows. It's really sad to see.
Oh.
She's still eating and drinking, so they said to just keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
But that's why, like, when people have me react to Dan Vasc and stuff like that, I really get pumped because I know, like, it's gonna be empowering no matter what it is. But as far as like the whole like emo stuff, it actually made me more angry than anything, and I think it's because like it wasn't for me anyway. It's not like a song. Like, okay, let's say somebody's recovering from addiction abuse or whatever, and they write a song about it, right? I can deal with that. But like the emo movement songs were just always like, I don't know. I felt like they were forced, so I don't really like that genre a lot. But it's funny because all my friends love that genre.
I do.
For me, it's a different perspective though, and I think it's just because that genre kind of puts me back in my head where I don't like to be. You know what I mean? So like that's why it's not my favorite.
True.
Not my favorite. But yeah, Tom and the Gang. It would definitely be Baby Metal. One of the things that I won't react to really on my channel, because that's always a question, is anything with politics or really a lot of conspiracy theories nowadays, just because I don't want my channel to be draining. I want people to just come here and hang out. Talk movies, talk our twisted tales, talk music, all that kind of stuff. I don't mind doing like silly conspiracy theories anymore, but like the real big ones, I'm kind of like burnt out on that.
Yeah.
And when I was doing the series called Weird Theories that you guys were voting on Twitter for me to do, it's really time consuming and really draining, and having to constantly be around people that are like, well, no, technically this and technically that. It's like, I don't want my channel to turn out that way. So, no. We're gonna chill over here. We're gonna chill and be weird. Okay. Have you ever been ghost hunting? I've been ghost hunting, and what did you find? Yeah. But see, with me, like I said previously, I'm kind of more logic while hunting versus going in and taking every little sound as, oh, that's the ghost of somebody's sister twice removed from 1879. So it's not like I'm a skeptic. Like, I know like there's weird crap in this world, but I don't believe a lot of stuff when people go and find it, especially if it's a tourist trap.
Yeah.
That's where I get really like, okay, like on Twisted Tales when we did about the Biltmore Hotel, and we were talking about I was talking about the ghost of the Black Dahlia. It's like, is it really there, or is it because that's where she was last seen?
Right.
And that's where you gotta use logic when you are doing that weird stuff. You can't just be Zach Bagans, okay?
Right. My mom's house is haunted.
Mm-hmm.
She denies it, but that's okay. She's like, there's still a lot of weird things happening even when you left. I'm like, yeah. Every time I come in there, though, it feels weird as always.
She's probably like, which bill you guys paying? Like, get out of here unless you pay a bill, pay the rent, something. This one's for you, Nick. Somebody at the Tom's Gang there was wondering if you were going to come out with another movie. I think somebody asked you that before. It's been
Yeah.
a while since we touched base on that.
It's not looking like it is right now because I used my mom's barn and land and all that for that when I was living there. At the moment, I'm not going to work on that at the moment because I'm also helping take care of my grandma and all that too. So she got COVID last year, so we moved in together to help her because the people she was with kind of kicked her out.
That's a horrible thing to do, too.
Yeah, right. And it was their fault.
Yeah.
But hey, we're living with my grandma, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will look into that probably within a couple years from now. I'm just not right now.
Okay, this one's good towards me about the Haunting of Mr. Eyes, the series that I'm working on. Yes, I'm still working on it. Right now, I'm still in the writing process because I am mixing fact with fiction, and I'm also making it so you guys can choose the adventure. So, like, there will be episodes, and you guys collectively can watch them and then go vote on which adventure you want, kind of like those old books that we used to have. So I figured that would be a unique way. So I have to plan this really meticulously and see what I need to do. And because of that, I want to, I want a quality product for you guys. So it's still being made. I still have people that are going to be involved in it. It's just things like this I really want well done. I don't want to just slap it together.
Oh no.
And I just want you guys to have fun with it. What?
My audio just kind of bonked out a little bit.
Oh. Oh, I was like, I thought you like spilled your soda on your keyboard or something. Like,
oh no. Nope. Bottle cap.
Oh.
No,
well,
my bad.
Okay.
I was going to say something, but I completely forgot what I was going to say.
All right. So let's see what else we've got here. Okay, Tom and the Gang has a story to share. Now, I'm sorry, you guys. My computer is old, so I can't really like screen share their comments because it's on something else. So those of you that are new to the stream, Tom and the Gang have been our supporters since forever. They usually show up every movie stream. They stream us at their bar. We have a really great time with them. And in the previous stream, when we were just hanging out and talking because a movie crashed, they were sharing some weird stories that they've experienced. So some of them write them in and we read them here and we're just chilling today. So if you want to ask us anything like that, you can comment. Hey Josh, how are you doing? We're just chilling tonight. So there's no movie tonight.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I forgot I was on YouTube too. It's been a while since I actually streamed on YouTube. So
right.
It's mainly because, when we do movies, I have to be careful on each platform. So, yeah, Tom and the Gang, they have a haunting story that they think Nick would enjoy since you're more open to the paranormal than I am. So, they said that when they were at their grandmother's house, every time at 6 p.m., it would sound like a man was saying something in a muffled voice behind them while they were in their kitchen. And this happened to them every single time they were at their grandmother's house, up until the day she died. When she passed, the voice went away, and they haven't heard it since. And they live in the house now, and it's never happened again.
That's interesting.
Got back from overseas yesterday morning. Well, I'm glad you had a safe trip back. You did not see Nicolas Cage? What the hell, man?
Well, the Nicholas right here is here.
Yeah, you got Nick over here.
So, that they must have probably passed on, is what I'm thinking. Like they passed over.
Yeah.
And peaceful now. That's what I would gather.
Maybe a connection with their grandmother because it was just there when her grandmother was alive. That's weird. Hey, Roger. Thank you for recommending Bandmate, to be honest with you. I like spooky stuff too. I like Slayer as well. My first time seeing Slayer, I almost broke my leg. Totally worth it though.
Oh, geez.
But yeah, thank you again for Bandmate. Like, I really like bass heavy music, but it has to be like not just like random bass. I hope you know what I mean though. Kind of like groovy, bassy music. That's my jam. Thank you for coming
I
by.
like bass music that's heavy and hard.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm a bass player too, so it's like it's different for me because it's like if it's a boring bass line and I'm like, oh, this is so boring. I like
True.
it. That solo is wild. I can't wait. I have more Bandmate coming tomorrow actually. I have some more on the list that everybody was telling me to check out, so that's gonna be fun. I've
Cool.
got like a huge list right here, and then I got 6 lists over here, and I got lists all over the place. So because I'm old school, I can't remember. If I put it in my phone, I'm gonna forget. If I handwrite it down, I'll remember it.
Yeah, I just write everything in my notes on
What
my
ring
Mac.
is
I'm like,
that?
ooh.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I can have like 2 conversations at once, so it's really awful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I
We've
get the
been doing
same
this
thing.
long enough. We know we're not interrupting each other, so
Right.
it's all good. This is my wedding ring. And Misa is awesome. You will not be disappointed. I know. I'm looking so forward to looking into more. Like, that was refreshing. You have no idea. I was going in hoping that they weren't gonna be like Baby Metal, like I said in my video, because I was just like, I don't like the high pitched tone of Baby Metal. They're talented. They're talented. I'm not saying they're not, but it's just that high pitched like anime intro tone. I don't like it. That's also what turns me away from anime. Like Chris watches anime a lot, but some of the theme songs I'm just like, stop. So I was like that. Yep, yeah. We decided on black rings for our wedding. It's there. It was a little cheap black ring. That's it.
I like
We're
silver
not
ones.
picky. Nice. Saw Clash of the Titans, Alice in Chains, Anthrax, Megadeth, and Slayer. Not a Baby Metal fan. Okay, so you get what I mean. See, I would have loved to see Alice in Chains with Lane, but unfortunately, I am a 91 baby, so I never got that chance. I sang Man in the Box in the back of my parents' Camaro all the time. I would have loved to see it with Lane. I feel like if I see it with the new guy they have now, it just wouldn't be the same, and that I would be basically essentially paying for a karaoke band. Even though he's good at what he does, it's just, it doesn't. I've heard him sing the songs, and I don't know if it's because it reminds me of my childhood, and I loved Alice back then. It's just something I can't do. Now, Megadeth, I've seen tons of times, and I love Megadeth. I am a huge Megadeth fan. I'm a Dave Mustaine fan. I love that he, like, I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with a lot of people said. You know, I don't agree with everything. It's stupid. But, you know, the fact that, you know, he's, I guess, confident in his being a little bit of an asshole, I mean, I can respect that. Not 91, yeah. I was born in 91, so I got ripped off of all that cool music, and it sucks because I grew up with my grandparents and my parents. So not only did I have the 90s childhood, I also had my father's childhood. So like it's really weird for me because I know a lot of older stuff, but I never got the chance to see it. So a lot of my favorite bands are either retired, dead, or you know, just not making music. So it's really, really hard. And like we were mentioning before, the emo movement was big when I was in high school, and I was just like,
Yeah.
Megadeth is awesome. The energy at their shows is irreplaceable. Like I remember in 2012, I saw them with Motorhead, Lacuna Coil, and I guess Volbeat was there. I'm not a really big fan of Volbeat, but my dad's like obsessed with them. And I was like, Dad, let's go. So we all went, and just seeing Lacuna Coil actually surprisingly was good. Now I'm picky with female vocalists, and I know it's wrong probably for me to say, but I am because it makes me mad how like some female vocalists like just they don't put like in the work to hone their craft a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I see this a lot. you know, no disrespect to women in the industry. They work hard, like Doro, she works hard, all that kind of stuff. But for a lot of times, they really don't. And so sometimes when you see them live, you're kind of like, ugh. But Lacuna Coil, I was like blown away. I felt bad that they were only playing for like 16 people because people at the time were just coming in. So, and of course, Motorhead was great, and of course, Megadeth was great. But I kind of zoned out with Volbeat. I can do that. I can like pay attention, then zone out in my head when there's something I don't want, and come back to reality. It's a very amazing skill that I've adopted in life.
I can do that too.
See?
Oh man, I've gotten in trouble so many times by doing that.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm like, what? Sorry. But
You listen to me?
I'm not a big
No.
Metallica fan, though. I'm not a big Metallica fan. I can't do it. I don't know if it's because my parents overplayed it. I can't do it. But
I'm not much of a fan of that era, though. I mean, I've listened to them because of my mom, but like Bon Jovi and all of them,
yeah,
it's hit and miss.
It's really weird because I don't like the super glammy stuff from that era, but I like the thrash stuff from that era because the bass lines are awesome. See, it always goes to the bass and the drums
Yeah.
with me. So, you know, like I know a lot of the hair metal stuff can get on my nerves. Like Bon Jovi, I can't really dig a lot of that. Mainly because also like every time I went to workplaces, they would like be playing Bon Jovi. So I associate it with washing dishes at the old diner that I used to so like, you know, it's just I don't like it. Not really a big fan of the whole like glam thing. To me it's like 80s emo movement to me. I just couldn't get into it. But the thrash stuff and especially Slayer, man, that was awesome to see. I think that one was with Testament, I think.
Yeah.
I remember actually seeing the band Anvil on accident. And you're like, wait, what, on accident? Yeah, I was in Syracuse and I randomly like walked into like this restaurant bar thing and they had like no advertisements whatsoever. And I go in there and they're hanging out playing. And I was like, this is really weird. But that was back in the convention days. I used to be at HorrorCon a lot.
I unfortunately haven't gone to much. I haven't gone to any concerts with metal or rock music. I did go to country music with my grandparents when I was younger. Got my jacket signed by oh, I forgot what they're called now. I don't remember. I've met the guy who sings Mud on the Tires, but that was like a long time ago. I'm bad with names, I'm good with faces.
Right.
But I've mainly gone to EDM concerts.
I've tried EDM concerts because I have a lot of friends that are into it, obviously. But it doesn't have the same feel for me. I do suggest that everybody though at least go to one rock or metal concert too, because the fans are just fun to be around too. Like they're not gonna be assholes to you. Like I took my friend who knew nothing about metal and I took her and she was so nervous. She's like, I'm gonna get beat up. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not gonna get beat up. And she was ended up crowd surfing and having a great time. So like
nice.
You know, it's just a different experience. I think everyone should at least experience just once. It's
For EDM, I've never felt like someone was going to. Oh, there's one person. I don't know. It's probably Roid Rage or some shit. But beefy, buffy dude. Someone behind me chucked their drink forward, hit him in the back of the head. He looked at me. I'm like, it wasn't me, I swear.
Oh no!
And I'm like I was with my friend at the time, and he was like, yeah, it wasn't us. He's like, it wasn't us. It was back behind us. And he was like, flipped us off, and then went forward. And I'm like, that was scary. I didn't even have a drink.
What's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? Don't feel shy. We're just talking random stuff. So you ask us something or tell us something. We'll steer the conversation, man. It's just chill
go
tonight.
A million different ways.
Just We're just chilling. Normally it's movie nights, but today we're just like, screw it. Let's hang back and relax and be weird. So, Tom in the Gate asking, are you gonna stick to independent horror on your channel? Yeah, absolutely. I have a huge love for independent music and horror movies. So I try my best to showcase them more on our live streams and stuff. When we do have movie nights, I do have a couple small companies that I'm talking to, asking for permission to share their movie on my streams, and also maybe once in a while bring them on to discuss the film too, much like we did with Nick with his movie. So as soon as we hear back, we're gonna hear all that. I just think, that's why I like reacting to all that stuff on YouTube there instead. I mean, people are always just like, oh, react to Journey and stuff. I'm not gonna react to Journey, my friends. I don't like Journey. I don't like Journey. Or just, like, there's very few that I won't react to. I was just gonna ask about copyright, especially as it's YouTube. Yeah, so that's why a lot of times my movie nights are over on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/mercydesdemona, and on X, because they kind of allow us to be, because we're talking and discussing the movie, it kind of helps. It's kind of like a reaction style hangout that we have, which is really fun, especially if Lex and Rez are here. Especially Rez, because Rez, she is new to horror in general, so her reactions are like mint. So that's why I try my best to get permission, especially from the smaller companies, to showcase their movies. A while ago, I had Dylan Fawn Harvey on here as an interview style. Yes, I'm on Twitch. You can follow me on there. I'm going to let you guys know. I'm on a computer that's like 10 years old. Okay? This is for the new people. The people that already watch my streams, you guys know this. I am now currently working on finally getting a new computer so I could stream more on Twitch and YouTube. So just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm almost there, guys, and it's because of all your support too. So
the reactions will probably be a lot better too.
Yes, because I won't have to sit here and work with old technology. So,
yeah.
But yeah, here, let me write a banner with the Twitch thing. Sorry for the typing in the microphone there. My desk is kind of all over the place. I'm moving to the other side of my house. Did I spelled my name wrong? Holy crap. It doesn't. Okay, there you go. There. That's where you can see our live streams and all that stuff. Hi, Boxer Mama. I'm guessing I know who you are. We were just chilling, talking about concerts, shows, bands, movies, all of that good stuff. If you are new to my channel, that just does my reactions and stuff, I do talk spooky stuff. I am working currently on reviewing the film Dementia from 1955. I did an oopsie and I stayed up till 6 a.m. last night and I kind of slept all day, so I kind of forgot my upload time. So bear with me. And me and Nick, we have a series called Twisted Tales where we talk. Sometimes it's a true horror, sometimes just an urban legend, and like we just have a really cool discussion about that. So if all the spooky stuff is your forte, that's what we do.
We need a live one.
Oh, we do.
Live Twisted Tales. I think that'd be really
awesome. We should. I really think we need to do an episode on that. Absolutely. Josh is asking what our favorite Rob Zombie movie is. There's two for me. One, I got a lot of hate for liking this, is The Munsters, because I think he did a very good job with paying homage to the original series, but also like putting in some like adult humor jokes in the background so anybody could really watch it. So that was cool, and the costumes were neat. And for me, it would be Devil's Rejects. I actually do not like his Halloween movies. How about you?
House of a Thousand Corpses. I like that was my first one to watching. I'm like, this is weird. This is really weird, but I like it because I like Rob Zombie. I've never seen Devil's Rejects actually.
What?
I've never seen the Halloween remake because I'm like, I've seen parts of it. I'm like, I don't really like that either. And then the
Right.
Monsters, I started it,
Uh-huh.
but then we kind of went off to a different show, different movie.
See, you saw Roger saw White Zombie. Oh, come on! Now you're just making me jealous, Raj. Sorry, Roger.
Nah, you're good.
Sometimes I'm just. And Boxer Mama said one favorite concert was Slayer in the 1980s. Something also as for creepy shit, we would hang out in Philly at the Insane Asylum. Ooh, House of a Thousand Corpses is her favorite Rob Zombie movie, or Rib Zombie. Rejects on the first Halloween he did. Rob Zombie actually bought the Dracula car from the Monsters TV show. Yeah.
Oh,
See,
really?
my thing with his Halloween, and I mentioned this before, but it's been a long time, is that with the original Halloween, we had Michael, who was from an outstanding family, so they didn't know what the trigger for his like messiness was, and Rob's was just a little bit too predictable. Like, okay, yeah, he comes from a messed up household, of course he's gonna go nuts, and that's where it kind of did it for me. If somebody brings up Halloween Ends, we're fighting, we're boxing. Don't do that to me.
Nah, they didn't remake it.
They do. That does not do the series justice.
That's one remake I will welcome.
Tom and the gang is asking if we're going to check out more Barry G. Gillis films since we watched Things. Because you guys have voted for it, yes. However, I have to make sure that everything's like okay with the streaming wise too. Because I obviously want to do it with, doing it the right way. Because, it is somebody else's content. White Zombie Sean was a kick-ass bassist. Well, yeah, as you know, she's the reason why I became one. I think they played with Testament. Yeah, I think I've seen Testament too. That was fun. I liked Monsters 2. It was true to the original, like a tribute versus a something new and twisted. I agree. Josh says Halloween Ends, Michael retires. Josh, did you see Halloween Ends? What are your thoughts on it? Because that was a bit. I was upset because Halloween Kills had this amazing build up, and they're like, "Evil dies tonight, evil dies tonight," and then Halloween Ends, he's hanging in a drain pipe. Like, shut up! Like, stop!
Right. That felt like more of fan made than anything, to be honest.
Right? Yeah, I agree. I felt like it doesn't even match the series. Saw it and I was disappointed. Okay, yeah. See, I knew you, my friend. You would be disappointed, just like I was. I figured we would be on the same wavelength as that. It made no sense. I was looking so forward to the original saga being closed down, and then that happened. Can't do it. Are you gonna do the 50s horror sci-fi month? Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're just, getting everything in line here. Disappointed, but also good background for Hanging. Hanging what? What do we need to give you an alibi? What are we doing here?
I'm assuming they're hanging out.
Oh,
yeah.
hanging out. Okay. Well, I just wanted you to clarify because your comments are on here, and the internet's forever. We just wanted to clarify. Hanging out. Hanging out. Yes, I know I'm a jerk. I can't help it. I'm a smart ass. I got Pop-Pop's humor, I suppose.
Also, for the Monsters, it's not like I didn't like it. It's that it was kind of slow at the beginning, and I'm like, I want to rewatch it soon, but I also wanted to watch something else.
Yeah.
So,
see, for me, the Monsters, it really was slow in the beginning. I was kind of like, I don't know if I could sit through this, and I stopped it, got up, made some homemade mac and cheese because I make a bomb ass cheese roux for that mac and cheese, my friends. And then I came back and I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. I have nothing else to do. A better hangout movie is Dead Alive. I know. That was one of the greatest movie nights we had, guys. We watched Dead Alive. We were kicking ass for the Lord all together in unison. It helped.
Dead Alive, was that Ash?
No, that was Evil Dead. Dead Alive was the one with the big giant baby. Josh loves the big baby, so and like they're like the guy gets like I don't know.
Was I over there for that?
No, I think
before me.
I think Reverie was still part of the show back then. And and everybody's asking me what happened with Reverie. Reverie is doing amazing things. Her life just got busy, and that's why, she was like, "Look, we're gonna just do this the right way." And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead. Whenever she wants to come back, or if she wants to come back once in a while, she's welcome. There's no bad blood." I know everyone got like, "What's going on?" Like, calm your Twitter fingers down. We ain't like that around here. We're chill over here. My dog bumped
Right.
into me while typing. I want to rewatch it too. I'm still into the old Vincent Price Wax Museum. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Vincent Price film now. I remember not too long ago I was streaming House on Haunted Hill, the Vincent Price version, and we had a lot of people come by. I think that replay is still on YouTube. And we were just chilling and talking and watching it. And that one's just chef's kiss movie, especially his weird demeanor. But yeah. Okay.
I've
What do
never
you think?
seen it.
Really? What? Okay, I'll add that to the 50s list. I gotta watch that with the panel. My goodness. Yes, that voice for GPS. Yeah, he'll tell you where you hid the body. But I've got so many. I'm looking at my VHS collection, and there's a few in there that I know we can stream because I have found them. So I found them digitally, so that we should be able to do that. Did you like the Wrong Turn movies? I didn't really pay much attention to them. I
I
saw
watched the first one.
Yeah, the first one was okay, but then after that, it's kind of like, okay, stop, like, get a map. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And then I saw the brand new one.
Oh,
that one's actually
bad.
That one was better than the originals, to be honest.
I don't know. I forget which one we watched. It was one of them that was on Hulu, and Chris ended up putting it on. He's like, "Hey, watch this with me," and I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "This is weird." But yeah, if you're taking that many wrong turns, get a map, get a GPS, do smoke signals. I don't know, just figure something out because you shouldn't be driving. But I got a lot of cool 80s and 70s and 60s in my VHS collection, which I still watch VHSs, guys. I love going to the thrift stores for this stuff. Although I do recommend not going to the thrift store and make sure that they have the cover and you're not just grabbing a blank tape, because it may be in the horror section, but you're ending up seeing somebody's grandma doing something you don't want to see. So, pro tip for when you're looking for horror movies at the thrift store. Yeah, I should have known better, but I was super excited to just grab a pile, and I thought it fell out of a sleeve, and I was just like, "Oh, Gladys, honey, no, like, don't, whatever." Josh
This
says,
is how the ring happens.
yeah. Josh says, as a deaf person, I love putting on the Wrong Turn movies for background noise. Boxer Mama says, haha, Wrong Turn was an accident. On the highway, you can't stop looking. Granny Goes Wild. I still love some VHS tapes, Slimy Rednecks. Yeah, I love the VHS tapes. I love them. I got a whole bunch over there I'm going to go through, and since I'm switching, you bought granny corn at the thrift store. Look, Josh, I didn't know. What happened was, okay, I should explain this the right way before y'all think I'm looking for it. All right, so we got
oh no,
we got this thrift store, and she has this giant thriller, sci-fi, horror section. And no, that's not your brother, Josh. He's Bearded Bastards. This is Josh, Nicolas Cage. Josh has been a follower of the show forever. But anyway, we go to the thrift store once in a while because Chris knows it will take me a few hours. And I go through, and she had them for a penny, so I grabbed this whole section. How much did I pay for a penny, Josh? A penny. Because I'm getting to the story, my friend. So you go in, and she has the 99-cent. You could go ahead and just grab a bunch of them for 99 cents. So I go through there, and I grab this whole section because it was a bunch of thrillers and weird underground slashers and haunted cars and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, sure, let me add these to the collection. Well, one of the Gladys tape, that's what we'll call it, because of, we got to be careful what we say on this, on the YouTubes here. Gladys, I apologize to anybody named Gladys that comes upon here. So the Gladys tape was hidden behind one of the other tapes, which was like a 2-piece set. So I thought maybe that fell out of the 2-piece set, but instead I'm missing the other section to that 2-piece set. So it kind of got mixed in when I took everything off. And so here I thought it was part 2, but it was not. It was part Grandma, you need to go back to church.
Well,
stop. You got
Granny wasn't wearing a 2-piece. She was wearing a no-piece.
Granny was I don't know, being rebellious, that's for sure. You got screwed on that deal. You just screwed more than those grannies did. Absolutely. I cleaned out a storage unit in Florida and was full of DVDs, same thing. Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. What was really funny is at my old job. Now, my real name, I never see on a keychain as a kid. Never saw anything else. Like everybody had these cute stickers. My name is only on a Shirley Temple movie, okay? So what are the chances, right? I was sitting here at my old job, which was at a hotel, and in the Lost and Found, my boss calls me and she's like, you need to come down here. I'm like, okay, and she's pulling a prank on me. She's like, I think you left this. And of course, the only thing with my name on it is My Name Gone Wild and Crazy, part 62, and it was in a box that somebody left behind because apparently they were being weird in the hotel, which wasn't unusual. I had to clean corn rooms and all that. It was weird.
Bunch of corn everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, really? I can't find my name on a keychain, but I find it on that. So next week on Twitch, we're riffing the Granny Corn right now. Do you want to be banned? I was like, dumpster all that crap. Yeah, it's, I remember Chris was telling me a story where one of his relatives passed away and his grandmother found their stash of material, and it was so bizarre that she purposely hid it somewhere. And everyone was like, well, where'd you put it? And she's like, oh, if you guys find it, I know you were looking for it. That's how crazy it was. And I was like, yikes. Cleaning cabins at Central Florida Fish Camp after they leave things, get the hazmat suit. You know what? I can say the same thing from the hotel that I worked at. We had a lot of, I told you guys the story about the nuns getting the lap dance and stuff a while ago. But we had a lot of crazy stuff, and I was just there to clean and leave, and I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. Now I could just be creative and, run my small businesses. Tom and the gang, are you making your t-shirts yet? Yes, we have the Spooky Fam, Warning Spooky Fam coming soon. I just have to get it printed so I can I make all the shirts in-house because I'm picky. We could write a Frank Zappa song out of this stuff. We really could. What's the weirdest thing you found while cleaning a hotel room? Oh, Josh, now I gotta think of how to creatively word this so we're censored.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna say Dev messaged the chat. She says that she was doing her stepson's birthday today.
Oh.
So whatever Big Air is for over 8 hours, she's heading home, and she says, tell the Tom and gang that she says hi.
Oh, well, you can tell her that they say hello back, which they did, and we will see her next week. And happy birthday to her stepson. I forgot his birthday was today. My bad. So how can I word this? I'm gonna be creative. Don't tell me that I can't word it. I'm gonna figure out how to word it. Okay, so I think the weirdest thing was from the midget stuff. They had the day use room, and I love how you sat back down okay, we gotta pay attention to this.
No, and I'm getting closer to the camera.
Like, really, midgets? And on the mirror, there was like 6 handprints. I don't know if it was like a human centipede kind of thing. I don't know what was going on. And like in the hot tub, there was like bath toys in the shape of SpongeBob left behind, and like ketchup and mustard everywhere. It was very weird. I think you could get what I mean. I'm trying to be creative here because I don't want to get censored. Hello, rubber ducky. Yeah, see, I could use that. I'm not old enough for this, like Miranda. Yeah, we gotta. This took a really weird situation. Like this took a weird turn.
I'm not even old enough for this, and I'm 33.
Dude, I'm so desensitized to weird stuff. I'm so desensitized to weird stuff. I've had weird stuff happen to me my whole life. I'm so desensitized to this. Like, you know, I've always, when I was a housekeeper, I always got the just bookend your description within a video game.
What a weird time for MG to come in, though. Hi, MG. How you doing?
Yeah, why am I always doing something weird when your people show up? They're probably like, why did he hang out with this chick? Anyway, but I remember this one customer, she was great.
Thanks for the sub, MG.
She was great, but she believed that squirrels were stealing her crackers and that she was a fairy and that like people would steal her tomato soup. She ended up leaving me like $300 though for dealing with her ass. So I mean, I guess that's fine. Like, hey, you know,
not bad.
But
not bad.
Yeah, Tom of the Gang says, back to the movies. There, what is your favorite type of horror? We like slashers over here.
Found footage.
See, I like found footage if it's done right.
True.
I don't like it if it's like filmed like the modern TikTok kind of stuff. Psychological horror, yeah, I'm a psychological horror. Or I could deal with the 70s and 80s slashers. The modern slashers, I think it's just an excuse to have somebody run and fall and you know, we're going back to the Gladys kind of stuff, and it takes away from actually being like a scary horror movie. Oh, there's the cat. Nah, I knew she was gonna be around here somewhere. Nicolas Cage movies, they're all horror shows. That is true, my friend. That is true. I remember I had to put that picture of Nick Cage in that envelope when you wanted the business card. So okay.
I mean, I like found footage, psychological horror, paranormal.
That Dennis Weaver movie from the 70s where he's chased by the truck driver. Is that Duel? I don't remember. I know that you guys watched that a lot when I was a kid. But that's some crazy stuff. See, I like stuff where the true horror movies that frighten me. Well, they don't really frighten me. But Cheshire Cat, Duel. Yes, it has to be Duel because I think that VHS is still here somewhere. But if it's borderline between something that could really happen and fiction, I think that's the best way. I don't like horror, too scary, nothing at all torture, but I don't mind some psychological thrillers. See, psychological thrillers, I have recently, on my time off that I rarely get, I've been down the Tubi rabbit hole of finding 90s psychological thrillers, and they're like 2 to 3 hours long. But I was too young to watch these movies back in the day. But let me tell you something. For a 2 to 3 hour long movie, I watch it in sections because obviously I get busy and I can't sit there and watch a 3 hour movie. But they are so good. So I can understand the thrillers. The reason horror is not scary to me is because I used to do special effects a lot and prop making. So I kind of know all the tricks and all that kind of stuff. So it can't scare me anymore. It's kind of like a desensitized, like, especially if I walk through a haunted house and it's like, okay. I know what you're doing.
See, haunted house for me, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know, I just laugh because it's just I know
Yeah.
horror games. MG can attest to this. I scream at everything in Phasmophobia. Horror movies, I don't jump as often as I used to, but the only time I jump is when my wife jumps because it scares me.
8mm. That's a decent Nicolas Cage psychological movie. That is true, Josh. That is true. I think that's one of the rare few ones that is actually good. See, I absolutely love horror games, so all that stuff, I'm kind of just like, whatever. I think the only thing that ever terrified me ever in my life was Cinderella, and everyone's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, well, I don't like the thought of some evil woman and my stepsisters trying to tell me what to do. So like that scared me as a kid. 8mm and Bone Collector. I don't think I've watched Bone Collector actually. I might have to. I've watched so much stuff though.
They are.
Well, those stepsisters are awful. They are. They are. They are. And now, I'm not saying all stepsisters are awful, but when I was a kid, for some reason, like I just did not like that movie.
I
But
don't like much Disney movies anyways.
me either. Well, it's like, the scene in Bone Collector with the rats have traumatized me forever. Yeah. Vampire's Kiss, I think I've seen that one. What are you
I've
doing,
seen
kid?
Bone Collector. I think I've seen 8mm, but it was so long ago.
Bone Collector, Denzel Washington. Okay, yeah, I have seen that one. I have seen that one. A really good one that I like is Body Bags, John Carpenter. It's a really good one. It has like horror shorts in it, and it's really goofy and strange, and the special effects are nice. So, Tom and the gang, they're doing a shot every time I say, please don't do that because you guys will end up in the ER.
ER.
Ectoplasm, guys, ectoplasm from last week.
Yeah, no kidding. I say a lot. You know how many times I have to edit out in my twisted theories, twisted
Yeah.
tales, and in my music reactions?
See,
It's a lot.
what sucks is for the reaction part, like, I'm gonna have to start pausing a lot more, which I don't like to do, but at the same time, it's kind of gonna be better for me so I don't have to be all like, because a lot of times I have to edit that out too, because I'm sitting here like, that's why I do like the transitions, because if I don't, it's kind of like me going from to talking again, but yeah. Let's see. See, I didn't get, don't do it.
Don't do it.
I grew up with Beavis and Butthead, Tom and the Gang, so yeah, of course I know Beavis and Butthead. The new ones are actually good. Give them a shot. The Shining is good.
Yeah,
Shining's really good. I didn't like the other one they made without Jack Nicholson in it. I thought it was really weird and
it's his
not
son.
cool.
But, I liked it actually.
Oh no, I liked that one. I liked Dr. Sleep, but I'm talking about there's two Shining movies. There's one with
really?
Jack Nicholson and there's one with somebody else. And I didn't know that. And then I watched the other one and I was like, oh, okay. I love The Shining. I love Stephen King in general. Yeah, Stephen King stuff is good. I remember I used to rent Rose Red on the 2 VHS set from the gas station.
Really? I didn't know that.
King, yeah, he didn't like the Jack Nicholson version at all. See, I liked that one, but I didn't like the other one.
Right, I didn't know they made another one.
Yeah, I didn't like the other one.
I'll have to give that one a chance.
But yeah, I'm curious to know your thoughts. The book The Shining is really good too. I just got done rereading that one. So, I'm
just reading the Harry Potter series on Apple Books.
Apparently, we have to stay hydrated and drink water.
Yes.
I really do. I used to read all of his stuff in high school. Yeah, I used to be the only one in my library that would take out his books, and that was the only reason why my librarian kept them in school, because they were depleting it. The Shining TV series. Was there a TV series? I don't remember. It's hard to keep up with all the TV series, honestly. I think I liked Castle Rock a lot, and then they canceled it on Hulu. I liked Mindhunter on Netflix, and they canceled it. So I try not to get into too many TV series at all because they always cancel them. And I'm really mad because everything has commercials now, so I've been watching less and less.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying
Yeah.
$21 for ad free. That's stupid. That's money my gas tank cool. So
Like Prime, I'm so pissed. We pay 150 a year for Prime Video and Prime because we use Prime a lot anyways.
yeah,
And for them to add in ads when we're already paying 150 a year,
yeah,
that's ridiculous. And it's not I think it's like $3 a month. You can't have a year option. It's only $3 a month. I don't want to pay $3 a month. I want it
yeah,
to be a year.
yeah. We watched The Invisible Man. I canceled my Prime and enjoyed. I love The Invisible Man, especially the original one. It's because it's so goofy. And we
I'll
were just talking
just
about it. The son
buy
Danny
it.
had his imaginary friend who looked like these. Oh yeah, yeah. I was just talking about that, wasn't I, Josh? It's been a day, my friend. It's been a day. I apologize.
Also, the TV show is the new or is the second
Uh,
one?
but Doctor Sleep was really good. The book was really good, but if you're gonna watch the movie, I highly suggest the director's cut, not the theatrical version.
You watch it in theaters.
Yeah. I haven't gone to it. Oh no. I watched the last voyage of the Demeter in the movie theater recently. That was the most recent movie I saw. The nachos were gross. But the movie was okay until I got online and everyone's like, "Well, when are they making a sequel?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" And they're like, when are they making a sequel?" I'm like, "You do realize it's a prequel to Dracula, right?" Like, the original is great, but when we watched the newer one, it was creepy. I haven't watched Doctor Sleep, only read the book. I highly suggest watching the movie. That's actually your brother's favorite Stephen King movie. It's really good. It's okay. Let's see. What else do we got? Nightbreed. Are you a fan of Nightbreed? Of course, I'm a fan of Nightbreed. Are you kidding? All the costume design that they had to do, that was amazing. Nightbreed's such a good movie.
I can't wait for Beetlejuice.
Yeah, State Misery, Psychological. Oh yeah, I have Misery on VHS tape over there. One time I got to do like a VHS type of video where we see what I got in there. It's been a while since I got through. But the new Beetlejuice, I'm actually like, ma'am, ma'am.
I've never seen it.
That's a good one. That one's really psychological. That could actually happen in real life, especially with all the crazed fans out there. Holy crap, that could actually happen to somebody. That's what made it so good. But what the hell was I talking about?
Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, Beetlejuice. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see that just because like I was a dweeb for the original one, and I'm glad that they have like reoccurring characters coming back.
Yes, but one of them can't come back.
Well, yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, that's not a loss there. The main ones are there, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I am kind of curious though how.
You'll have to watch Misery.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I really think you will. It's really psychological. That one was really good. Kathy Bates is phenomenal as a psycho. So I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Pet Sematary, yes, Pet Sematary.
Kathy Bates, good. Isn't she in? Yeah, her. Yeah, of course she's good as being a psycho because she was good in American Horror Story. What is it called?
I think it's been a while. Coven one.
She was in Coven, but she was a really good killer in whatever that one place is. The next several ones.
Yeah, I don't really. I think
Let me look it up.
I think the most recent American Horror Story I watched was season 10. But
I don't know. I'm not gonna be watching the new one.
No, I haven't watched after season 10. Season 10 was a cool, like, well, the first half of season 10 was good with the writer and him selling his soul to prevail and stuff. That was good.
Roanoke.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. I don't think I watched that one. After they took Jessica Lange off, I didn't really watch it much.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery, yeah, that one's really good. I like that. It's so creepy. But I was waiting for Kathy Bates to turn into Annie Wilkes when she was the mom in The Water Boy. I know, right?
Oh yeah, I
Right?
forgot she was in there. That's
Deliverance.
crazy.
But yes, I have Blood Salvage on VHS tape, Tom and the Gang. I do. I think I actually already spoke on that movie on the channel a long time ago. I don't remember if I did or not. I'll have to take a look. Uh, but yeah, that one's good. We should stream that one too. I think that was one of the few that was one of the few movies where like people that actually worked on that
Oh, it's
movie
9
thanked
o'clock.
me for
I
my
will be
review.
right back.
Okay. I keep forgetting he's an hour behind us. Us. Me. I don't know where all you guys are from. I don't mean that in a wrong way. Let's see. What else? What else do you got? Have you met anybody that played in the Halloween movies? Yes, I have. I've met the new chick from the Rob Zombie ones there that played Lori. I forgot her name. Scout. Met her for a few minutes, and I met the crap. Which one was she from? One of the other Halloweens. I think it was like the first one with Danielle Harris or whatever. Uh, Two here and Bladed Blady. Oh wow. Scout Taylor Compton, yeah. That one. And the Kathleen chick from one of the other ones there, she was like the sheriff's daughter, blonde girl, was running around with that girl's boyfriend there from one of the Halloweens with that Danielle Harris. See, I find it interesting because, like, when I see who watches my channel, I have a lot of overseas people, and it's like, I wish that I could accommodate more for you guys to be live streaming and stuff, but it's kind of hard. I'm in Eastern here in the U.S., so it's hard. I know my friend Bat Bones can barely make them now. She's over. What? Okay, Tom and the Gang has another weird story. You mentioned you worked in horror special effects. Was that for TV movies? I basically did a lot more like haunted houses, and I helped a little bit for like horror photo shoots and stuff. I was gonna go into movies and TV, however, the industry is not cool. So I try to work with like more independent people. Much like music, why I didn't pursue music business, do it. It just the whole business needs like a revamp. It's really weird, and I've had some really weird experiences. Um, that luckily I didn't go through with a lot of things. I don't really know how much I can get away with saying on the channel. I'm glad I didn't go to LA too. But yeah, we used to do really cool photo shoots and photo sets and haunts, and it was all really fun. So that's what I would do that for. And I still make props and stuff like that, which I will be live streaming that too. I assume it's messed up. It is. It's very very messed up. It definitely needs a deep clean and a revamp because there's a lot of talented people, but the contracts that they give you are just not okay. And the manipulation tactics I don't like. And it's the same thing for the music end. So that's why I didn't do it. I lost connection, but Kathy Bates on the old YouTube show Disjointed, not horror, but great. I've never watched that. It's all good being global. You can't suit everyone, and people have different schedules. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Uh, Favorite recipe for fake blood? I usually use chocolate syrup with a little bit of corn syrup and red food coloring, mainly because I like, if I have to put it in my mouth, that's my favorite recipe. just because I actually like the taste of it, and a lot of people don't.
I made a mistake.
Oh no.
Oh, it finally popped up. Thank you for the resub, MG. So I used what did I use? I think baking soda and red coloring dye with water. I think it was baking soda or it was flour. Never again.
You know,
And you can actually see that behind the scenes in my movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun.
If you guys want to check out both his movie and his behind the scenes, it's right on his channel here on YouTube. And give him some support too. He does music and gaming live streams, and he does reactions as well. He's going down some musical rabbit holes as well.
Mercy's recommending me a few things, and so are you guys, so it's really cool.
But I remember going through the house, they're asking me to share your channel in the comments here. Let me see if my computer will do it. Or do you want to share it?
I can.
Okay.
I'm like I said,
old technology here, so he's gonna share his channel. So yeah, if you guys like that kind of stuff,
I'll post it in YouTube as well.
We did watch his movie on a live stream not too long ago. I do believe that one is on YouTube, and there is a replay. It should be there. You're so old.
Oops. I did that completely wrong because it auto-corrected. My bad.
Of course. At least your autocorrect didn't tell people you killed grandma.
What?
Like mine did. Yeah. Yeah, oh, no. I wrote I got grandma, or I thought I did. And then of course I don't text and drive. I didn't notice that it switched to killed. So like when I actually showed up to my house with grandma, everyone was like,
"Oh no."
And I was like, "What?" And then I looked at the messages and I was like, "Oh." So yeah, before you actually drive, make sure your autocorrect does not think you're knocking off grandma.
Thank you for the follow, Boxer Mama.
No. Yeah, we do a lot of cool stuff over here. Now, when Rez is here, no more granny talk. I think that's a good thing. My worst autocorrect is when I texted my husband, "I'm going to pick up guns on the way home." Well, you know what? I would have just been like, "Okay, let's see. What is that? Dawn we ride? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's going on that we need to go that far? Like, what's going on?"
I got the guns. Sun's out, guns out.
Yeah, that was really wild because everyone's just looking at me, and I was like, they thought I did it on purpose as a prank, and I was like, I honestly had no idea it switched to that.
Yeah, that's not good.
And like, yeah, but at least my friends know what I'm trying to say. It is bad out there. Yeah, it can be. I live amongst the trees, so I guess like the squirrels can be kind of angry. They throw pine cones at your head. I actually feel bad. You know, I gotta ask my neighbors sometimes. Like, my neighbors aren't close by, but they're close enough to where if I'm doing like weird horror shit in the woods, that I'm pretty sure they hear a bunch of weird stuff. And I love the fact that none of them take it seriously. Because I think I have like one girl that was like, "Oh yeah, we heard you screeching and heard everything being built for your haunt there. But we knew it was a haunt, so we didn't have to call the cops." And I was like, "Okay. Moon's out, goons out." Well, I mean, I guess the Amish are out at night. I don't know why, but they are. They're out a lot. They're out a lot. Tom the King, we have an Amish guy in here. You have an Amish guy in your bar tonight? Well then, hello.
That's cool. Hello.
Hello, sir. Meth squirrels in Florida sounds scary as fuck, and I love squirrels. I'm in northern New York, which is a forgotten part of New York, and my squirrels are just angry. Like they'll like hang up in the trees and they'll wait for you to come out of your door too, and they're just like, "Bah!" Like those pine cones, and you're just like, of course, if somebody's driving by my driveway and I'm going like this up at the tree, they think I'm nuts because like they can't see the squirrel that's trying to attack me. And I'm just all like, yeah. But I was can't you tell I was a weird kid in high school? Like, you don't grow out of it. I'm sorry. You just get weirder as an adult.
Yeah.
They think I'm nuts, says the squirrel. I didn't even plan that. That's another pun that happened. But the dirt potatoes woman, are they in league with the rats as big as cats? They might be. Oh, Tom and the gang want me to go over the dirt potato story again because we have a lot of new people in here. So, for the dirt potato story, I went to the store one time and this woman was giving the clerk a really hard time over potatoes. Potatoes, the best creation in this world. I do not really trust anybody that hates potatoes. But anyway, so she's giving the clerk a hard time because at the market it comes right from the farm, so they're in bags, right? She goes, I don't want dirt potatoes, I want store potatoes. And the woman, of course the clerk's like, I have no idea what you mean. And she's like, I don't want dirt potatoes, I want store potatoes. And she was from the city. She was from New York City, so she was up here vacationing, and every time they come up here, it's always crazy.
No.
She keeps saying, I don't want dirt potatoes. So the clerk just looks at me and I'm like, hey, take your time. Okay, I'm not in a rush to get home. I'll just sit back here and watch what's going on. Clerk goes, okay, let me see what we got. She takes the bag of potatoes the woman has at checkout, goes to the back, repackages them in plastic container, like a plastic takeout container, puts the sticker on, goes, I'm sorry, here are the store potatoes and not the dirt potatoes. And the woman was like, see, I told you that you had the store ones in the back.
Oh no.
Ma'am, what?
Oh no.
So, like, everyone keeps saying I should make a shirt that says I don't want no dirt potatoes, but I'm like, I probably
Yes.
should. I probably should, and I'll put it on my store. Like I said, I make every. If you ever see my store when I finish uploading it, and you see shirts on there, just know that whenever you buy anything from me, it literally I make it. I make it myself. You're not paying for like a third party person to make it. I do it myself. So, you're actually we're growing into our studio too. I'm so excited. Josh says,
Awesome.
when I lived in Georgia, we had brown bears. You had to take a shotgun with you to take the garbage out. I have a black bear in my backyard. I named him Brutus. He doesn't bother us. I shouldn't say yard because it sounds like I live in a tiny. He's out there somewhere. He doesn't bother us, but
Somewhere on the land.
yeah, and he goes in my neighbor's. My neighbor always posts their security camera, so I know when Brutus is making their way up my way because he's always in their bird feeders, and we see him go up there. Oh, the ones that grow in the sky. Yeah, it's very interesting how grown adults can't sit there and realize, like, yeah, we grow food, so dirt potatoes. I'll probably end up making that a sticker or a shirt or something. So. I probably should. It could be an inside joke for the stream again. We have a lot of those. We have a lot.
I don't have much when I was working at Walmart. I don't have much funny stories. One dude was like very conspiracy though, because he was like, I know why you guys don't put out like the yellow little thingies where it shows the prices.
Yeah.
He's like, I know why you guys don't put out the price tags. It's because if you can't see them, people buy them, and it's gonna be expensive. So if they see it, if it's there, they're not gonna buy it. So that's a psychological thing. And I'm like, no,
dude, I'm just doing my job.
I just work here. I don't deal with that. That's the manager that does the price stuff. Don't come to me.
Don't tell her what the French call potatoes. That is true. Josh says, I don't want the beef made from cows. I want the beef you make here in the store. Yeah, like people. Speaking of that, when I worked at Walmart overnight stocking, I had a lady come up to me and she was like, I need to know where your livestock is. And I was like, what? And she's like, I was told by my daughter's husband that at night you guys sell livestock in the garden center so we can pick it and have it butchered for beef. And that's how we get fresh beef at Walmart. And I have to look at this woman and be like, no, Nick, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. That's hilarious.
So maybe this woman was related to the Dirt Potatoes woman. I don't know what's going on, but you don't sell livestock in the garden center. I think the Walmart I worked at was in a college town, so of course I'm working overnight, so I got to see all the weird people. And there's this guy that came in. Just tell her you'll slay the livestock for her. Yes.
Oh.
So, and I had to have my manager remove her, by the way, because she thought I was lying. And the thing is, she printed off a flyer. So her son-in-law went as far to take the prank to where he had a flyer. Like, no, it's not real. It's not a real flyer, ma'am. But we had this guy come in that would always play the lotto, like the scratch-offs. And I'm like, this man is really peculiar. And I'm like, he is just rocking it. He wore a top hat. But everything else was overalls and Farmer Jeb, right? But he always wore his top hat when he was playing the scratch-offs. He's like, every time I wear my top hat and I do rounds at the Walmart, I win a little bit on my scratch-offs. And I was like, you're not bothering anybody. He was pleasant. I don't care. Didn't this man win $10,000 walking around the undie section of Walmart one night wearing his top hat?
Wow.
He was cool, though. He was cool. He bought everybody lunch that night. It was really cool. He was really nice. Very cool dude.
Nice.
Very eccentric dude. But yeah, I get to see a lot of weirdos. There was always like this one crew that would come in and like try to be mannequins all night and see how long that they could stand still. Like it was weird, and I would just mind my own business, pretend they weren't there. Like I don't care. I don't get paid enough to babysit you, so. But
I missed 3 a.m. Walmart though.
I got banned from ever working at a Walmart again. So.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest.
Yeah, I am on a list, but for a good cause. It wasn't for anything bad. It was for a good cause. And I don't know if I can get into it on this thing, but it was a good cause. I think I can, though. It's been years enough. But a coworker of mine got really sick, and instead of doing the proper procedures, they made him drive himself to the hospital, which could have caused not just harm to him, but obviously other people. And we all staged a walkout, so all of us that walked out together are blacklisted, and we were like exposing their shady practices. And it's still weird because if I go into my local one now, which I rarely like to do, but that's the only place I can get printer ink in person if I can't wait until I get sent some. My old manager is now at that one, and she like watches me and acts like I'm gonna shoplift. I'm like, I'm not. Like, calm down. It's not that deep, woman. Given the Walmart culture, I would imagine it's a great story on how to get banned. Yeah, basically for standing up for your fellow coworker. Because I don't care. If that was me getting sick, I wouldn't want that. So it was crazy. It was pretty much most of night shift walked off that night, and it put them in a bad situation. And I even had to fight for my last paycheck. They weren't going to give it to me. But come on, man.
When I got sick, oh my God. So I had 80 hours in 1 week of working at Walmart.
Uh-huh.
I was deli and meat department person. I was the only one in deli because everybody was out sick with the flu except for one person. I was the only one in meat department that whole entire week too. I was running back and forth ragged, 80 hours, basically there all the time, not getting enough sleep, whatever. Well, I finally got sick with the flu.
Of course.
It was so bad. I was 102 temperature. They were like, no, you go out, you're fired. I'm like, I should have just went, but I needed that job at that time.
Yeah.
So technically I probably could have sued them, to be honest, but
Josh says you should hide some of those granny tapes in the Walmart shelves. I probably should.
Thank you for the gift sub to Boxer Mama, MG.
Let's see. Down. You talk about a lot of jobs you used to have. What do you do now, Mercy and Nick? Well, I create content on here. I have to update my Ko-fi though. I've been really bad with that, but I've been trying to figure my schedule out because Monday through Wednesday I help my brother with his business, which is a family business, and then I do just some production stuff, which we do music festivals and haunts and photo shoots and a bunch of cool stuff like that. So I'm pretty much self-employed. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to just create content full time eventually. We should be. I have 2 venue spaces that I'm doing and event planning stuff that I'm doing. We do a lot of independent music scene stuff, convention type style stuff. It's a lot of small businesses. A lot of our profits go to help like veterans or people that are homeless or sick people. Like we kind of like giving back to people, because if you're successful and you're not giving back, then what's the point really? You know what I mean? Like that, I've always been like that. So that's inspiring. You got to do things you enjoy. Yeah, and what I'd like to point out is like the thing is like I had to work all those crappy jobs to help what I'm doing now. So never get discouraged if you're in that position. Don't think, oh, I'm being a cashier. Like my first job was a waitress, and then my second job I was working at a mall where I had to sell granny panties. Did you know Steven Seagal bought control top pink granny panties from me back in like 2000? Really? I want to say 13 maybe. Yeah. Because the mall I worked at was right next to the Canadian Bridge, and like he was going up there and they stopped here. Alfred Dunner, that's right. Yeah, what a story. Dude, I have so many wacky. I'm not kidding with you guys when I say weird things follow me. Like we had a 6-foot tall nudist lady that would come in. The 80 Movies Maniac, yeah.
I think you said something about that earlier.
I did. I had that time everybody went to lunch and we walked out and a Japanese tour bus had unloaded in our store and nobody spoke English and was trying to get sales, and it was very confusing. The confusing part was mainly, why would the tour bus stop at this mall in the middle of nowhere? Not that they were Japanese, just why would it stop here? There was nothing touristy at the time. But it's sad because now that old mall now is like warehouse units now, and JCPenney. There is a cool abandoned side that still has the old lamps, and I want to see if I could do like a creepy photo shoot in there, because it's like 90s themed and it's got like these creepy like old style lamps with the perfect lighting to do so. But I'm scared to go in that side now too, because like it's unmanned. So like if there's people hiding in the bathrooms or something, like I want to make sure I can have Chris with me. Steve seems pretty weird now. I think he's always been weird. It's just more apparent limey.
Right.
The movies add a tween come home and freaked out because nobody was. Oh, as a teen. Okay. You saw the movie Maniac in the 80s, and you came home and you freaked out because nobody was home. Yeah, you know what? That would do it. That would do
Never
it.
seen it. I don't know. I say that I'm a horror buff and I love horror and all that, but I've never really seen the older horrors.
Well, see, it's so fun.
We watched all the slashers, and we watched like Freddy, and we watched Freddy Krueger, and then Jason, and then Scream. And my mom watched a lot of the thriller ones, but I don't know. I was more on Cartoon Network.
It's just, I don't know. I watched a lot of silent horror with my mom, and of course, she would narrate them. So, like, I will never forget. It was the silent version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And there's this scene, like, before the guy changes, into Hyde. And, like, this woman comes up to talk to somebody. And she's like, oh, look at that hoochie poochie there. Look at that hoochie poochie. I'm a hoochie poochie girl. Like, she's picking on the whole movie. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. I need to make sure that when I go down to visit her, I have some mum time where we watch like a silent film and she narrates, because you guys would love that. It's hilarious. So yeah, I've always I've always had like creepy stuff, so maybe that's why I'm like so desensitized to it. But also knowing that I like when you make it to it kind of helps. To me,
It's
like the real life is 10 times more scarier than any of those movies that they make anyway.
there
So
we go. Yeah.
yeah, we were uneducated about the subject back then. You know what's really weird, Boxer Mama? Like, I'm just thinking about my age group, how we were like on the internet and how nothing like creepy happened to any of us. And like now when like crap comes out now and I'm all like, holy crap. Like, whoa. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh, going back to the question about what we do,
Yes.
I just do social media.
Mhm.
I make music, I stream, YouTube. I used to make horror movies. I used to do paranormal investigations. A lot of that I've stopped because I moved, except for the streaming, which I just got back to streaming, clearly. um, I make EDM music. I used to make trap music, which is like rap, but heavier bass. And then I'm just EDM now, which is dubstep and whatnot.
Mhm.
It's pretty much all I do.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. And at the time of the game, you're like, oh, that's cool. We never actually knew that. Yeah. Boxer
I do
Mama
too.
loves the bass and trap, so I can't.
I do too.
I'm really
Just
picky about that bitch. Like
well,
that thing I showed you, the acoustic version of trance music or whatever. I'm like, see, I listen to that all day long.
yeah, right. That's weird. I've never heard of an acoustic version of a trance song.
How cool is that though? Like, especially when they use
Really
old-timey
cool.
instruments. That's like what is it? Blue Monday. There's a version out there where people are using old-timey instruments, and it's so good, so good. They got the theremin in there. It's so good, so wild. I love it. But see, I'm all about that. What is your favorite touristy area that you would like to visit? None of them.
Tokyo.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing though. Tourist traps end up being the grossest and weirdest places, so you might want to check out the hidden gems outside of the tourist
nice,
traps.
Boxer. Yeah.
Old Rage, Hubby and I Love Rap, and Trap, depending on the artist. See, with those genres, for me, it would have to depend on the artist too. Salem is charming. I grew up close to there. I've never been to Salem, but I don't think I would ever go on a Halloween because it's overcrowded and it's just crazy and all that stuff. And, it's crazy enough when I used to do horror conventions. I want to get back into doing them, but it's just like ever since 2020 happened, a lot of them just haven't basically revived in an area that I can get to. So I'm just waiting on that. So that's why I just keep doing my events instead. And doing my events, it's cool because we may not have a lot of famous people or any, but like we got a lot of cool locals just selling their art. Yes, the Orchestra Obscura. Yes, Limey, that one is the best. The best version of Blue Monday in my book. I love 30s instruments. I actually have like Victrolas, like the old ones that you gotta wind up. And I love all that stuff. Eventually, when I finish building my house or whatever, there's going to be a room that's just dedicated to all those old timey record players and everything, just because I love it. Theremins are really cool. I wish I had the patience to learn one, but I feel like I'd be so distracted learning that one. I know how to play the bassoon for no reason, clarinet for no reason. I don't know why I know those. Maybe it was like a high school thing where I had to learn. I have to go take care of Hub, still recovering after surgery. Thank you, Boxer Mama, for hanging out. Happy healing. Take care. Don't hang anybody. Hang out with people. Don't hang your friends. Yes, I was first clarinet. No shame in that. I was good. I earned that chair, damn it. I earned that chair. Although that has another creepy story with a creepy substitute teacher too. I don't know why all these people find me. But yeah, no. What instrument did I stick with? Voice, bass, piano, and guitar is the ones that I stuck with. But I can pretty much easily figure out an instrument. So like if I want to pick something up, I can kind of easily. It's just like I say this all the time, I'm like a super perfectionist. So I haven't ever posted any of my music, but you guys talking to me in like and having music discussions, you guys are motivating me to actually put my own stuff out there. So hopefully soon
I want to hear. I've been wanting to hear for years.
I know. We know each other for like 10 plus years and we still haven't heard anything.
Right.
Hey Fizz, how's it going? Limey says
I've never played an instrument except for
yes.
um
You should put music out. Yes, thank you for the encouragement. It's just it's so difficult because I have that everything has to be right thing when I do stuff, but I'm so good at motivating my friends like, here, do this. Or like I helped him with some lyrics to make it fit more of the rap that he wanted to go into. I'm so good at helping
and
other
it
people. When it
works.
comes to me, I'm just like, oh, that's not good enough. So I gotta break that. Don't listen to your head. Don't listen to your head. My brother is a drummer. Yes, my brother's a drummer. You guys are actually going to hear my brother's music a lot more because they are going to be making music for our live streams and other series.
Awesome.
I have no idea how I got here, but I hope that everyone's doing good. Hey, Twiz, you know what? We are happy to have you here. I have no idea how you got here either, but what's up? Yes, my brother and I were both self-taught, so like,
the only thing I have is this. And that's a MIDI keyboard, so I can just do some tunes on the studio.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? You're still out there doing what you need to do, so it don't matter.
Yeah. I have a guitar, but I don't know how to play it.
It's just super cool. I think it's cool that you know, you could talk from different viewpoints, you know, like me playing instruments and then you doing what you do. It's like different viewpoints and how we see different music. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. We don't like Tom and the Gang's like, we don't music shame over here. No, you really don't. Just because something's not my cup of tea doesn't mean it's not somebody else's. I don't really. I'm not one of those reviewers that's gonna be like, oh well, if you listen to this, you're stupid. That's just stupid and mean for no reason.
Yeah, so do I. MG. It's an acoustic guitar, but yeah, and my wife's actually got an electric guitar, one of the nice ones, but the whammy bar's broke. It's expensive, actually.
Yeah. Well, if you guys ever come up to this neck of the woods, I could take you to the gas station that's in the middle of a field. But hear me out. You could get a hot dog, a boomstick, and a ukulele in the same store. It's hilariously good. It's wild.
The way you said it, the way you're looking, the way you said it. It's a horror movie, just a setup of a horror movie.
It really does. It looks like it because when you're driving, you're like, "Oh, we're leaving town. Oh, we're still leaving town. Oh, we've left town. Oh, there's a gas station that looks like it will be in, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, wait, let's pull in because they sell guitars too. Why not?" So it's like, you know, it's one of those things. But the people are really nice and they've like been running the store since forever and they're really knowledgeable and they're fun to be around. So I don't care. But looking on the outside, you kind of don't notice that they sell guitars too until like you pull into their parking lot and then there's a big sign that's like gasoline, boomsticks, and guitars. And I'm just like, yes, I found my people.
That's cool.
It is charming because, like I said, it's like family owned. So like you go in there, and they're like, "Hey, baby, how's it going? Here, have a hot dog." I don't really like hot dogs, but theirs are good. I have a few minutes before I have to go. I'm gonna tell Rebecca about the granny films you bought. You really do, and say hi to Rebecca for me. And I'm sorry that we haven't conversed much lately. I've been busy. I'm sure you guys have been busy. And thank you for coming today, Jess. Twiz asked, "What kind of music do you guys like?" I'm into like classical and jazz and heavy metal.
All kinds, really.
Yeah.
EDM, pretty much, mainly EDM, but trap. Some 90s rap, classic old school rap. Metal, I've gotten into black metal or death metal, or it's called German metal. and Norwegian metal because my family is from Norway, which is cool. Yeah, it's pretty much about it. Rock. Yeah.
What kind of music do you like, Twiz? We talk a lot about music and weird crap over here. We've been just having a chill time. Somehow we got to weird conversation about getting bad videotapes from thrift stores and
Randy.
horror movies. We go whatever. We're just hanging out. That's what this is all about. So if you stumbled upon and you got this weird stuff, yeah, that's what we're doing. What?
Oh, quickly, my wife is actually making candy beads, which are like rave beads. Here's it's gonna be so hard. It's this one right here. It says Plur, which is short for like peace, love, unity, and respect, which is cool. And then this one I really like.
Oh, nice.
It's my name, Dark Mage 4. You can't really see it. It's all blurry. But
yeah, you showed that in the chat.
Yeah. And then here's an eye, which is cool. And then pentagrams.
Nice.
For the Dark Mage 4, symbols and stuff. And
do you ever make horror music? I absolutely do. That's
what I do.
I have to start going and doing my stuff. My stuff's
Go ahead.
I just said my stuff's bizarre. Like, I'm so nervous, but I gotta rip the Band-Aid off and just do it.
I have made her intro song for Chamber of Horrors, and it's my vocals too.
Yeah. So yeah, if you ever watched that, between him and my brother's music, you guys are gonna start hearing. I try to keep it within the panel.
Indie.
Is it true your brother learned to swing music? Yes, it is true. My brother used to actually play along just to swing music, and that's how he learned. But he plays metal music, so like really heavy stuff, and he's put some time and effort, and he's finally found a good band to mix a bunch of their influences, and I can't wait to show you guys. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I hear it sometimes when before we start up is the pre-stream. You can hear his drum banging, and it's so cool sounding.
It's fast too. Like he's really shy with allowing me to film though, so I kind of respect that because he's in the zone, and I understand some people just got to be in the zone. But the sticks are moving so fast that it just looks like a little vibration. I'm I don't know. I've never been able to play the drums like that. I have to say that's one instrument that I just got too distracted to try to learn, so I'm I'm more for the stringed instruments or the woodwinds and stuff like that, or piano.
We had middle school, we had actually homeroom, and we went to the band room. We were able to play on some of the instruments and all that, and I was like, okay, so we did drums, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. This is not what I want to do.
I really feel like drummers are a special breed of people, honestly, to just have the patience to go all crazy with that. So it's enjoyable to listen to, but that is one instrument that I just haven't had the patience. I think I just get distracted. It doesn't really resonate with me, so that's why I don't bother really. But I respect the hell out of drummers because it's a lot of cool, especially when you see everybody doing it. It's amazing and live. My son is learning the drums. It's definitely a different kind of talent. Yeah, it is. It really is. And like I mentioned before, my brother really learned to old swing music because there's a lot of good rhythms in there, and that'd be a good place for him to learn because then he can learn many other genres, and it would just be easy. So that would be something helpful. Sweet, I like your taste. I would throw in some old school punk into the mix. Yeah, I could do old school punk. That's always fun. What is? Oh wait, Tom of the Gang says that somebody that's in their bar recognizes me from a Misfits concert a few years ago. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yes, I was the one that snuck my friend into the underwear merch so she could surprise the band by being weird. So if that's the one you're talking about, you most likely recognize me because the venue was not pleased with my little prank. But
bet.
but the band laughed their asses off, so it was fine. It was fine.
I like the bands because they don't really like the venues. They like their people. And I think Ronnie Radke from I can't remember what band he was from. Bring Me the Horizon, I think it was. I can't remember. It's been a while since I listened to the band, but
Yeah.
he was like, "F this venue. You're already paying for overpriced tickets for our stuff, and
Yeah.
if we didn't bring our merch here. You can go here." And I'll even post on Twitter or wherever. That's before when Twitter was before X was Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's ridiculous though. That these venues will charge an overpriced thing.
It's dumb. And I don't, as somebody that has my venues and stuff, I try my best to be like, no, bands, like, here, we're gonna work together here. Like, you're drawing people in. I can make money with different sources. I don't need to tap into your stuff. Like, that's
Right.
stupid. Um, but I remember there was a meme not too long ago. I think my friend Mingus posted or shared it to me. It was like, uh, bands are just singing t-shirt salesmen. And I had to laugh. Who's my favorite drummer? See, that's kind of hard because like I pay more attention to bass than the drums. You know what I mean? But they kind of work together. So I don't really know a lot of names of drummers, I should say,
Yeah, I like the
because
Deathclock drummer,
mainly because like,
Metalocalypse.
yeah, my brother is the drummer and he shows me a lot of drummers and stuff like that. But because I don't really like, it's hard for me to listen to drums by themselves, so I don't listen to a lot of the stuff my brother listens to. And that's another thing, like we were talking about, like what we listen to and different perspectives. See, my brother's a drummer, and with that, he listens to more music geared towards the drums thing, where um, like I listen more for like the bass and the groove. So like even though my brother and I have similar metal tastes, it also differs because he's into like the wild, more technical drummer stuff, and I'm over here in a different land. But it's interesting to see how your perspective changes when you actually play the instrument too. That was me, Roger. You were at Tom's bar. What are you talking? That was me. What are we talking about?
Right.
I'm lost. Oh wow, it's almost 11:30. At 11:30, I'm going to have to end the stream, unfortunately, because I have to make dinner because Chris will be on his way home, and I always wait. I like making dinner, so I'm like, why do you make
what
dinner?
are what are we having?
We are having a chicken stir fry, actually.
Mm,
That's what we are.
sounds yummy, actually.
Yeah, I chopped up all the onions and peppers earlier, so that's all ready. The flavors are sitting in there. Can't wait.
I still hate chopping up onions, though. Ugh.
I love chopping, but I can eat onions raw like crazy, so it doesn't bother me any. Garlic, onions, I can eat that. It doesn't make me cry anymore. Now I'm getting
Makes me
hungry, but yeah. At 11:30, guys, I'm gonna have to head off. So we have a few minutes. Well, it's only 10:48, but just a fair warning.
9:48.
Yeah, not my fault. You're behind.
Hey, Wisconsin best gets cheese.
Another cheese conversation.
Cheese.
Tom and the gang still don't believe me when I said I used to eat melted cheese on a plate. I did. I still do. I have no shame. I don't care. It tastes good. It's a good snack.
I
Don't knock
like
it, try it.
eating the nacho cheese without the chips.
That
Usually.
maid reaction is gonna probably get 30K views in about 3 to 4 weeks. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't know how you stumbled upon my channel, but I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you showed me Bandmate. I can't wait to do more of them. I am. I genuinely enjoy them too. Like, even if it wasn't one that would like take the views crazy, I genuinely enjoy them. So it's interesting, and it shocked me. It shocked me to enjoy them so much. Because normally with that, like I said earlier, thought it was gonna be like baby metal, and I was just gonna be like, no, 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 and I was like, yes. It was like the lights came on. I was like, yay, finally. Tom of the Gang said you have to post your Baby Metal reaction just so we can laugh at it. I mean, if you guys want me to, I can. My face
100%.
doesn't lie. My face doesn't lie. I am not responsible for whatever facial expressions happen. But I mean, I'll post it. I just didn't think it would be such a good video for content. But hey, if you guys want to laugh at it, be my guest. I'll make sure I upload it.
Would love to hear it and see it.
Just remember, it's so hard for me too to stay calm when I'm like reviewing stuff because like I don't know, the more I get comfortable doing those reactions, I think I'll just be more animated. But like right now I'm still a little bit shy because normally when I'm like listening to music, my hands are like all going and I'm trying to like pay attention and stuff. And so like, I try to tone it down because I don't want to be distracting in my reactions. But now I'm like, let's just see what you get, guys. Like, should check out The Warning, 3 sisters from Mexico who play hard rock. The Warning is the band name. Do you have a song that you want me to check out? Look at me with my pad and this is the same list where your name is with a bunch of bandmate stuff. The Warning. Okay, I'll put that on the list. It's on the list. It's on the list. I have it on the side. But yeah, thank you so much for exposing us to new music that we wouldn't even think about. That's what I love. That's why I said this before, but since a lot of you are new here, I wasn't gonna put reactions on my channel originally because I thought like, whatever. But I honestly love how it's exposing not just me to new music, but also like the conversations that we get. I like it. I love having really cool and weird conversations. That's what we're about over here. So, I mean, and if you're expecting like influencer type and like fancy schmancy stuff, I'm sorry, that's not me. I'm a pretty laid back person. I've tried being that, like, I guess YouTuber that's all like, yeah, and it just doesn't work because it's not natural to me. And that's why my channel has never really gotten anywhere, and I got like burnt out and I didn't keep making stuff.
Yeah.
So
all right, MG, have a good night.
Have a wonderful night. Thank you for stopping by and hanging with us today.
And I'll be on fast tomorrow night, by the way, MG. Actually, no, I can't. Never mind. Tomorrow's our 11 year, so it's just her and I.
Nice.
Tomorrow night. So I'll be Monday.
Nice. Sorry.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard Carla in the background.
Right.
But, yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Do you and Chris have different music tastes? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I've exposed him to things like Typo Negative and Carnivore.
I love Typo.
Slayer and White Zombie, the stuff we were talking about earlier in the stream. And he's more he's from the South and he grew up with his grandma, so he's more into like the older country, the Southern rock, and that kind of stuff. And everyone's like weirded out because we're like, I guess, night and day. I guess like I'm more like the weird kid, and he's more like somebody that he's more a people person than I am. Like I'm not saying anything, but I'm a hermit, and he's the people person.
Opposites attract. If you were with somebody who was like you, how would that would be boring, to be honest.
I would drive myself mad. I'd like, holy crap, half the time I can't spend 24 hours with me. I can't imagine being with someone exactly like me. It's so weird. So yeah, and you guys are asking if he'll ever join a stream. Yes, but his work schedule is a little bit crazy right now. He is trying to switch shifts. So when he can do that, he'll pop on once in a while. But he tends to let me do my thing because usually when we're streaming, he either has a fight he's watching or one of his anime is coming out with a new episode. So, Twiz, do you guys ever listen to Children of Bodom? I have. I
am live. Yes, Duggo.
Yes.
For another half hour.
Yes. Yes. Did you ever listen to Children of
Bodom? Okay. So, yes.
I feel like there's a wild story here.
No, not really. It's more so of finding new music back in the day of LimeWire. It's pretty much about it. Because YouTube was a thing, but I mean, you had to sit there for 5 hours to even watch a 480p video back in the day. It was horrible. So, I just kind of used LimeWire and downloaded a bunch of music, listened to a bunch of random ones, and found out that I liked quite a bit. I don't know. I actually found my old iPod music that I've downloaded everything, like, because I digitalized it. I kept it. I actually kept the original files. So actually I put them onto my Apple Music and Spotify.
We've had a lot of corn discussions here, Doggo, okay? So Lightning was even saying, "Watch my ears." So
corn, yes, we have. Oh my god.
It went from Tom Slayer and Megadeth to Granny Corn to Children of Bodom. What are we doing?
No, but LimeWire, I didn't do that. No. However, whenever I tried to download a song, it was I did not have sex with that woman.
What?
That was Bill Clinton's voice thingy renamed for the music, and that forever plagued me. I guess that is good. One wild story I have for that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I will not be on Faz tonight, Doggo, by the way. Or tomorrow night. I will be Monday though.
I have my old RCA MP3 player, and I've got Children of Bodom on there, Dio, Doro, Megadeth, Testament, Slayer, Typo, Carnivore, Pantera. Got Down on there. Down that I recommended to you. All that kind of stuff on there, but it's just funny to go through there because I can tell when Chris took it over because he used it while he was a maintenance guy, and now when you go on there, there's like Johnny Cash and stuff with it. Saw them back in 2006. Amazing show. That is awesome. That is awesome. Where are you from, Twiz?
I guess I don't have a Children of Bodom on my list here.
That is one of my brother's favorite bands that he listened to back in the day. So that's where I was introduced to them. Kitty, what are you doing? No, put your butt away. Nobody wants to see your butt. Okay. You could now. Don't look at me like that. Between her and Bo Duke today, oh my goodness. For those of you that don't know, Bo Duke is the new puppy that we got, and
new puppy.
He is crazy. I partied with Testament and Pantera. Dimebag handed me a joint. That is a cool story, my friend. Again, I wanted to see Pantera, but I was too young at the time. I was gonna see them last August too, but I had to work. So, I know it's not gonna be the same because the original brothers aren't there, but I was too young to go to all these cool shows, man. But I love hearing concert stories. I really do. It's fun. It's fun to see that.
I have a couple of Pantera on my iPod Touch lists. Yeah. 5 Minutes Alone and I'm Broken. I think I'm Broken wasn't that a WWF song, intro song for somebody? I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with WWF actually. Saw Pantera backstage, Cowboys tour. Nice.
I know Glass Shatter by Disturbed is one of them. I think that was I haven't watched this since I was like 10, so yeah.
Phil had a mohawk. See, I like the band Down too. I think Phil does good with that band too. But what was I gonna say? Anytime Chris has wrestling on, it's funny because he always has his headphones on because I'm usually doing something over here. But every time I look at it, it's just a bunch of people like staring at the camera, making weird faces. And that once you see somebody's leg come out of nowhere, I'm like, come on. Like, I'm from Canada. How about, hey, I'm actually from USA. I'm from the state of New York, actually. So,
Wisconsin.
I've been to Canada many times. Yeah.
Land of the cheese.
I'm just curious how far our streams actually go. I know one time it ended up in Finland. I think we were watching, what was it, Silent Night, Deadly Night, or something like that.
I think so,
I
yeah.
think so. And it was the night that Lex was on, and she was exposing Puxatawny Phil to everybody. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's because I remember because the people wrote in from Finland and they're like, "You worship a groundhog?" And I'm like, "We don't. The town does."
Yeah, right. I don't. Yeah, I don't base my future on a groundhog.
Dude, that town's insane. So they really are. I guess though, you have to have those eccentric little towns to make life enjoyable.
True.
Very weird tradition though. Not gonna lie. I remember, I actually this morning I was like, screw Puxatawny Phil because all the snow was everywhere. I'm like, what? And I sent it to my friend who's in the UK, and she's like, "What does that even mean?" I'm like, "Look it up," and then she did, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the festival is wild."
Yeah. I don't know.
Will you be going to any horror conventions in New Jersey? Probably not. Mainly because I only have one vehicle right now, and I have to help the family business Monday through Wednesday, and then the rest of the week I have to do the t-shirt business, and then I have to help with the event business, and then I have to do content creation. Until I'm really doing like content creation and t-shirt stuff 100%, and make sure my brother's business is stable, that he has um a whole team, it's going to be really hard for me to go to out of state conventions. So the next year on their Volvo tour, Meet Them Again, and Mike Murr from Suicidal is there. Oh, that's super cool. What a great experience. That's really cool. I remember in 2009 for a graduation present, I got Type O Negative tickets. And
Cool.
obviously it's before Pete died. And I remember I had the chance to meet Peter, but I didn't want to bother him because the look on his face, like you could tell he was like, "Okay, I'm totally done. Like, let me go chill." And I was like, I can respect that, dude, because like I'm the same way. But like Kenny Hickey would not stop talking, and it was really overwhelming. And I think he was just trying to be like, "Oh, hey, welcome to the merch table," that kind of stuff. But I was just like, I want to go home. It's 4 a.m. I got a 5-hour drive back. Like, I'm glad. I didn't expect him to be so talkative. I don't know if he was just like super hyper. I guess we can use that term. Hyper? YouTube friendly term.
Probably.
And then like one of his bandmates from Seventh Void threw guitar picks at me. It was very weird. I'm like, okay. And that dude was like even more hyper, and I was like, I just want to go have my breakfast and drive home. Because it was a tradition. We would all pile in the car. I'll never forget because like my dad was a car guy, so we had all these older vehicles, and they were all like big ass boat type cars, and all of us would pile in, and we would go down to all these shows. And like my dad was a truck driver back in the day, so I'm like, here, you be the driver. So he's like, okay, he likes to drive anyway. So he had no problems taking me and my friends to concerts. He's like, whatever. And if it was a show he liked, he would go to. And if it wasn't a show he liked, he would go do something else while we were at the shows or whatever. So it wasn't a big deal. And it was a tradition. After you go to the show, you go to the diner and you get yourself some breakfast before you travel back home. Because why would you get a hotel? We just didn't want to bother with that mess. So, and it led for crazy fun stories. So I would not trade that for the world.
Right. Really, yeah, absolutely.
But I'll never forget the Type O Negative concert. The venue was in this strip mall. So you had the place where the concerts happened. Then you had the stripper club where another kind of concert happened. And right next to that was a church. So we're all leaving the concert, and we see the priest come on out of the club next door and make his way to the church. Okay.
Nice.
Whatever, sir. Sure. But it was a funny experience to see that, because no one would believe you either, because it sounds like a joke. It's kind of like when I was in working back at the hotel, and it was in the elevator was kind of like in this little corner. So like you would go down the hall and make a left, and there was an elevator, but people rarely use that elevator. It was like a middle elevator, right? And there was a convention there, and I'm coming out of the room near the elevator, and two priests and a rabbi come out of the elevator, and I'm just like, nobody will believe me. They think they're going to start a joke. I'm like, this is the stuff that needs to be.
I lost audio.
Witnesses need to be here for that. But,
I lost audio, so I couldn't hear none of that. So I'll just have to hear it and repeat.
So basically there was a hidden elevator in like one of the rooms I worked in. I came out cleaning, and when the elevator door was open, there was two priests and a rabbi in it. And I said, like, people wouldn't believe me because they thought I was trying to do some joke, and I was like, no, literally, two priests and a rabbi exit an elevator. Like, that's what happened.
Oh
that's
no.
what happened. I'm not, and my boss was like, stop joking around, because they were looking. I guess like somebody missed something in the elevator. And I was like, yeah, two priests and a rabbi came out of the elevator. They're like, stop joking around. I'm like, I'm not joking around. Later on that day, my boss is doing her rounds to check the rooms to make sure everything is like, you know, mint and all this stuff. And sure enough, the door's open. Two priests and a rabbi come out. And she's like, oh my gosh, Mercy wasn't lying. And I'm like, I told you. I told you. They were coming out of there. Wasn't
That's
a bad
weird.
joke. That happens to me all the time. So like everyone's like, are you scared about stuff? I'm like, no. Nope. Not even the weirdest stuff that's happened to me. So nope. Or like I told you guys what happened to me in the group chat when I picked up my garbage with my neighbors.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can share that one here.
Right.
I guess I can censor it. Windstorm basically knocked my garbage into my neighbor's field across the way. But I forgot that I had to let them know before I go over there to pick it up, because they like to be out and about, if you catch my drift. By all means, your property, your thing, you're not near the road, I don't care, I don't have to see it, whatever. I'm frustrated because I'm picking up my trash, and things are blowing everywhere, and I'm picking up my trash, and my neighbor just comes through the twigs, and I'm already frustrated, so I just look up and I'm like, nice parts! And she looked at me and said, thank you. And I just grabbed my garbage can and walked back across the street. It was wild. But always, if you're going to do that, always text your newest neighbors that you're going to be doing that first, so you don't see things that you're not supposed to see. And that's my life. So
yeah.
Chris didn't believe me either. When he was still in Louisiana, before he moved up here with me, he never believed any of the stories I said until he started going out and about with me. And he was like, what in the heck is going on here? I'm like, I don't know. Okay. This is we didn't see this one. What did you say to the dirt potatoes lady? Nothing. I just stared at her with the lead paint stare. Because I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry I didn't see that comment before when we were talking about her. Things are kind of winding down now, so we're kind of just chilling. We've been on here for 2 hours and 3 minutes so far.
Doesn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't. But these podcast ones, now that you guys like them so much, when we do movie night streams, follow either of us on Twitch. Mine is Mercy Desdemona on Twitch, and he's Dark Mage 4 Productions. That's where our movie streams are. And, we can't, with YouTube, it's kind of iffy. I have to make sure I have extra permissions and stuff. I do go the right route to share things. Obviously, I want the original creator to know and all that good stuff. But it's a lot easier for us to stream that on Twitch and X for movie nights. But when we're doing hangout streams like this, we will pop on the YouTube as well. I am going to be doing more gaming stuff on Twitch too. Just bear with me. I'm almost to that new computer, and I'll be able to rock, and I can't wait. I know. You guys have been rooting me for years. Like, she needs this dinosaur gone. This old faithful thing, man. This 10-year-old, not even 10, shit. It's 14 years old, actually. It's 14-year-old computer, old faithful
Jeez.
over here. So,
Yeah.
hang in there, Betsy, until the new one gets here. That's also why I take a step back. I got to go backstage and drink with Phil when he came to Canada playing for Dad. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Nice.
I like Dan. That's a good band. I showed Dark Mage that one too. I think he reacted to one of
Dan
them.
Vesk?
No, Down.
Who?
The
Down.
band
Oh, okay.
Down.
Yeah, okay. I thought I heard Dan.
No. No, he's just most popular on my channel right now. Everybody likes it, and there's a lot of cool discussions that come with it. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'll probably be heading that way here soon. I've got a few more voice play to react
yeah.
to, and then I think I'm gonna start on Dan Vesk soon.
See, a lot of times people recommend me covering covers of Disney songs. But the issue with that is like it's really hard for me to get pumped for Disney songs, so it better be really good.
I'm not big
Like
on Disney, no,
me
same.
me
But
either. So it's really hard. That's kind of like I did a reaction to Dan Vax's "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, and it's like I'm not a big Journey fan, but because he's a good musician and he's so unique in how he does his covers, I didn't mind doing that one because you could kind of see his spin on it, which is fine. But when it comes to Disney stuff, it's really not my forte. I
yeah.
think the only one I really enjoyed was voice play doing Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame, even though it's about a creepy priest mad that his body works. But, hey, whatever. That one they did really well, but they made it creepy and sinister, and it worked really well with them. But it's really hard for me to react to any Disney stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not a big Disney fan. What did you watch as a kid
No.
then? What I watch as a kid then? Good question. Like Twilight Zone, the original one, the original series, that kind of stuff. My grandparents would put that on for me. so Encourage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage, yes. Twilight Zone, yeah, we watched that too. It was a good show.
Tubi has the 2000s version of that show, and I can't help but crack up at it. Mainly because, like, the acting is just so bad. Like, it's not like the original, and it's not even like the 80s remake of the Twilight Zone. It was still good. The 80s version was cool too. You can't mess with the original, obviously. But
Right.
the 80s did well. But then in the 2000s, you could just tell like they were just slapping stuff together. Oh, I think the only thing on Disney I watched was that show So Weird with that chick Fiona. And like her mom would tour and like she would go like see like urban legends are real or true or not. I watched that. But I didn't like it when they switched out the chicks. When it went from Fee to like the blonde chick, I didn't like that. The blonde chick was kind of like not really interesting. So I think that's the only thing I watched on Disney. Didn't really grab on that stuff. And go ahead.
I think the only Disney ones I really watched was like My Mom's Dating a Vampire, Luck of the Irish, and crap. What was it? I had it in my head and I completely just blanked it out now. It was something. I can't remember now. Xenon I watched. But I mean like I wasn't big in Disney. I was more so Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon.
It's weird for me too because as a kid, I didn't spend a lot of time in front of the TV either. I was writing stories and outside and all that kind of stuff. So the TV would only come on after school while I was doing homework or something. So it was kind of like more so background noise for me. So I didn't really get exposed to a lot of like TV shows from my childhood until I was a little bit older than my counterparts because like we were always outside doing something weird. Like I was playing in the mud. Like I didn't care. Even when we had our PS1, like I really wasn't a screen person. So, it's weird for me to describe that. My brother was more watching shows, and if I had to watch him, then I would watch him. But I still have to scar my damn leg from when he threw a pencil in my leg.
Oof. Ouch.
And I probably deserved it. I'm a big sister. I was probably doing something, and I probably deserved it. I don't remember exactly what. I used to tell him when he was in his crib that he was in jail and he'd never get out. Like, I was bad, so I probably deserved it.
Doubt it, but
I deserved it. 17 deserved it. All right. Well, it's 11:15, and I think we'll wind down for the evening. Thank you, Twiz, for stumbling upon our live stream. I hope you have a good day.
Yeah.
Roger, thanks for showing up and hanging with us. And Josh, the Boxer Mama, and the other Mama from your channel, and
MG.
everybody else, thank you for hanging with us. We will have movie night next week on the Twitch. We're continuing down the 70s independent horror type stuff. So if that's your jam, come on over. We have a whole panel. Usually Rez and Lex is with us. Lex, if you don't know, is an artist. So she does a lot of cool paintings. A lot of her horror stuff is over on Slasher. And Rez has a small shop there with all the unique, it's kind of like a unique boutique thing with a lot of oddities. So it's kind of nice. And her photography.
Yeah.
She is usually here on the panel as well. And we just kick back and watch a movie. It's kind of like the movies, like in the background, unless we really zone in on it. Like the last time with the guy with the big nose, I still can't get that out of my head.
Right. Zoomed in, like, okay.
Yeah, it's really weird. But we hang out, we watch movies, and then if you guys comment stuff, we talk. It's all about being laid back here. Holy crap!
Kind of like Mystery Space Theater 3000, I think is what it's called. Kind of like that a little bit.
And
we have more of a discussion.
Yes, and that also helps with being able to stream the movie because we're actually discussing the movie, so it's more of like a reaction / discussion thing, and it's a little bit more fun. My first movie was The Exorcist. Yeah. See, I like The Exorcist. And I like the third Exorcist. Even though people say they don't like the third Exorcist, I thought that was really well done. I don't like
more than one.
I don't like the Believer one that came out. I didn't like that one. I don't know why. It felt like a waste of money. Yeah, there's The Exorcist. The Exorcist 2 is kind of awful, in my opinion. I know some people that like it, but Exorcist 3 was really that one was kind of freaky. And we'll save these cards for when Rez can come on. That's why I had them open on the desk, because I know she wanted to do that. But yeah, I met Linda Blair once. I think she was having a bad day because she was not a sweetheart that day. Thanks. Yeah, I will be subbing. Thanks, guys. Oh, thank you. Like I said, movie nights are over on Twitch, so if you don't see us on here, we're over there for movie nights. And I do try my best to post. I do try my best to post where we're going to be live just because. And if you follow us on X, you can view live streams on there too. And the replays. And if you watch the replays, it also helps us out. So thank you guys so much. And I'm going to get to making that chicken stir fry.
Sounds good.
Chris will be on his way home. And, what did Rez say? What? Why does my phone keep telling me to buy burgers?
We had burgers today.
Probably having takeout tomorrow, so. But yeah, thanks Twiz for stopping by. Have a great night. Good night to everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye guys.
See you later.